Everything you think you know about black holes is a lie. Even if you've watched every space documentary, read every science blog, or listened to the greatest physicists on Earth, you've likely been fed a fairy tale. And the person who told it to you? Stephen Hawking himself. For 40 years, we've been taught a simple, elegant explanation for how black holes die. It's a beautiful story about particles popping in and out of existence. There's just one problem. It's fundamentally wrong. And today, we're finally going to tell the truth. Let's start with the story you've heard 1,000 times. It's called the particle-antiparticle analogy. The idea is that in the empty vacuum of space, pairs of particles and antiparticles are constantly blinking into existence and then annihilating each other. The legend says that at the very edge of a black hole, the event horizon, one of these particles falls in while the other escapes. The one that escapes becomes Hawking radiation, and the black hole loses mass to pay for that particle's existence. It's easy to visualize. It's intuitive. It's a masterpiece of science communication. But according to the actual math Hawking used to prove his theory, it's a total fabrication. If this were actually how it worked, black holes wouldn't just evaporate. The physics of energy conservation would crumble instantly. Think about it. If a particle-antiparticle pair is created near a black hole and one falls in, the black hole should technically gain mass. It just ate a particle. Even if you argue that the particle falling in has negative energy, you run into a wall. In our universe, particles don't just carry negative mass like a bank account and debt. If this particle pair story were true, the radiation would have to come from the event horizon itself, a single thin line in space. But Hawking's equations tell us something much more haunting. The radiation doesn't come from the edge. It comes from the entire region of space surrounding the black hole. This isn't just a small correction. It changes everything about how we perceive the emptiness of the universe. To understand what's actually happening, we have to throw away the idea of particles and start thinking about fields. Imagine the entire universe is filled with invisible ocean waves. These are quantum fields. In flat, empty space, these waves are calm, but a black hole is a massive, violent disruption in that ocean. It curves the fabric of space-time so severely that it actually changes what empty space means. To an observer standing right next to the black hole, the space might look empty, but to you standing far away in a flatter part of the universe, that same space looks like it's glowing with heat. This is the heart of the mystery. Hawking radiation isn't about particles escaping a trap. It's about the fact that nothingness looks different depending on where you're standing in a gravitational field. This is where the engagement shifts from curiosity to mind-blowing reality. The black hole isn't spitting out matter. Instead, the extreme curvature of space around the black hole creates a mismatch in the quantum vacuum. The black hole is essentially stressing the vacuum of space so much that space itself begins to leak energy. It's like a cosmic battery that is slowly short-circuiting. The energy doesn't come from a particle pair at the edge. It's stolen from the gravitational mass of the black hole itself through a process that involves the entire surrounding environment. The black hole isn't just a bottomless pit. It's an object that is constantly, painfully being dissolved by the very space it sits in. So why did Hawking tell us the particle pair story? Because the truth is almost impossible to visualize without a degree in advanced calculus. He sacrificed accuracy for understandability. He gave us a metaphor because the reality, a complex interaction of relativistic observers and non-localized quantum field excitations, doesn't make for a good headline. But by clinging to the lie, we miss the most beautiful part of the discovery, that space, time, and gravity are so deeply linked that even nothingness can have a temperature. We are finally moving past the era of simple metaphors and entering the era of cosmic truth. Black holes aren't just eating the universe, they are slowly being evaporated by the laws of quantum geometry. The lie was simple, the truth is complex, but the truth is also far more spectacular. The universe doesn't just play with particles, it plays with the very definition of reality. And now, you're finally in on the secret.
Subscribe my channel for future videos. Thank you.